Imagine the roar of 50,000 voices, the smell of hot sand and expensive incense. You've seen this scene in a dozen Hollywood movies. A desperate slave, a bloodthirsty emperor, and a fight that always ends in a corpse being dragged away. It's a powerful image, but it's mostly a lie. In the Roman Empire, the Colosseum wasn't a death factory. It was a high-stakes arena for the world's most expensive athletes. Today, we're going beneath the helmet to unlock the true life of the Roman gladiator. From their scientific diets to their massive endorsement deals, this is history as you've never seen it. Welcome to Time Unlocked. To understand a gladiator, you have to follow the money. Being a gladiator was a profession, and for many, it was a business decision. While many were prisoners of war, a surprising number, nearly 20%, were free citizens who volunteered, attracted by the chance to win a fortune and become a national celebrity. Every fighter belonged to a ludus, or gladiator school. These were the high-performance training centers of the ancient world. The man in charge, the lanista, was essentially a sports franchise owner. He invested thousands of sesterti in each man. We're talking about elite coaching, 24-hour security, and the best medical care money could buy. In fact, Galen, one of the most famous physicians in history, started his career treating gladiators. When a politician wanted to host games, he didn't just get gladiators, he rented them. And here's the kicker: if a gladiator was killed, the renter had to pay the lanista massive compensation fee, often 50 times the original rental price. In simple terms, killing a gladiator was like totaling a Ferrari. It was a financial disaster that very few organizers could afford. Hollywood portrays gladiators as ripped, muscular warriors with zero body fat. But science tells a different story. In 1993, archaeologists discovered a gladiator graveyard in Ephesus, and the bones revealed a secret. These men were known as hordeiri, or barley men. Their diet was heavily vegetarian, consisting of barley, beans, and legumes. They weren't eating this way because they were poor. They were eating this way to get fat. A layer of subcutaneous fat acted as a biological shield. It allowed for shallow, spectacular-looking cuts that would bleed heavily for the crowd's excitement, but wouldn't reach the vital organs or arteries underneath. And they didn't just eat carbs. They drank a specialized brew of charred wood ashes mixed with water, a primitive version of a modern Gatorade or calcium supplement. This kept their bone density high, allowing them to survive strikes that would snap an ordinary man's limbs. The fights weren't chaotic brawls. They were highly regulated tactical matches, often compared to a lethal game of rock, paper, scissors. The Romans loved mismatched pairings. You might see a murmillo, a heavy fighter with a huge shield and a fish-crested helmet, facing off against a Thraex, who was lightly armored but carried a curved sword designed to reach around shields. Or the most iconic duo, the Retiaries, armed only with a net and a trident, fighting a Secutor, whose helmet was completely smooth, so the net had nothing to grab onto. Every move was watched by a Summa Rudis, a professional referee who could stop the fight if a gladiator was injured, if a weapon broke, or if the combatants weren't showing enough skill. The crowd wanted to see virtues, bravery, and technique, not just a quick kill. Then, there's the famous police verso, the turned thumb. We've been told a thumbs down meant death, but historians are still debating what the gesture actually looked like. Many believe that the sign for death was actually a thumb pointed up or out, symbolizing a drawn sword. A sign for mercy was likely a closed fist with the thumb tucked inside, representing a sword kept in its sheath. And even if the crowd screamed for death, it didn't always happen. If a gladiator had fought with exceptional courage, the referee could declare a stands misses, sending both men back to their barracks alive and with their honor intact. Records show that in the 1st century, the mortality rate in the arena was as low as 10%. Gladiators were the superstars of the Roman world. Their faces were painted on city walls. Children played with clay gladiator action figures. Their sweat and blood were sold as expensive aphrodisiacs and beauty treatments for the Roman elite. They weren't just slaves dying for sport. They were champions living for glory. The Colosseum wasn't a place where life ended. It was a stage where the human spirit was tested to its absolute limit. Thank you for joining us as we unlock the truth behind the armor. If you believe history is more fascinating than the movies, subscribe to Time Unlocked and share this video to help us keep the past alive. What is your favorite gladiator type? Let us know in the comments below.